Meteorologist Mike Simon and have been keeping an eye on this line of storms. It's making its way through Nashville right now.
Yeah, already the bulk of it has pushed through Nashville, but they've had some damage being reported in several places and power outages too because of damaging wind, and it continues to drive in our direction. It's going to be a little while before it gets here, but there is some concern that there could be some damage for us as it holds together and gets into the plateau here in a couple of hours. First of all, today we've had a few scattered showers. We continue to have them, and they are producing some heavier downpours now as they develop a little stronger right around 75 to the south, and we'll watch those as they develop. Haven't really had any lightning strikes out of those yet, but back to the west, that's where the more serious thunderstorms are. So we'll continue to get a few showers until the main line gets here, but some of us, some heavier downpours beginning to approach. Those in Louisville, also Farragut, just beginning to get some more rain, and as you go down to Lenore City, you're getting some heavy downpours at the moment, and this is not associated with this line that's back to the west. It's developing well out ahead of that line. Not only has there been some concern of strong to severe thunderstorms and possible tornadoes, there's been flooding, rain behind it. So once the line comes through with the heaviest downpours, still going to have a field of moisture for a couple of hours or several hours in some cases as it drives to the east, and that has produced some flooding. You can see just some outlines of some flood warnings issued by the National Weather Service, the ones in their light green. Out ahead of it, where we have tornado warnings, it's shaded a little bit in red, and also we have a number of severe thunderstorm warnings right up along that front. No tornadoes accurately reported just yet, but they have had trees down, they have had power outages, some damage to various places. Of course, they usually have to go and assess that the next day to see if there were any tornadoes associated with that line, unless somebody actually spotted one. We did get some confirmations of 3 different tornadoes back in Arkansas earlier today with this line. Some of us under a tornado watch. This is through tonight, 2 a.m. Central Time, 3 a.m. Eastern Time for those in Cumberland and Fitchers counties, and every place that you see shaded in red back to the west. Possibility of tornadoes certainly exists with this line. As it moves in, it should weaken some, but it's not going to weaken a whole lot because our temperature is just very warm. We also have dew points in many cases running above 60 degrees, a lot of moisture in the atmosphere, strong wind out ahead of it. Wind has been gusting out of the southwest up to 35 to 40 miles an hour in some cases, not even with these storms. Temperatures all around very warm. We got up to 75 degrees today at the National Weather Service site at the airport, and that is a record for today. Tomorrow should be just about as warm as a lot of us push up to 70 degrees. Still in the 60s. Oak Ridge 68 degrees, 66 back over the Cumberland Plateau. Here's the timeline. Futurecast, I think, showing this a little bit later than it actually is. It's moving pretty quick, and it should be in the plateau right about 1 to 3 o'clock in the morning. This is 5 o'clock in the morning, and it has it into Crossville. I think it'll come just a little bit sooner than that and then sweep eastward as it gets to the mountains later in the morning. We're still going to have quite a bit of rain behind it, at least an inch of rain, in some cases more than that. So stormy weather out ahead of this next big weather maker, and it's not only storms it's producing in severe weather, but also producing a lot of snow back in Kansas and Missouri. So after all this mess clears over the next day or two, cold air is going to be rushing in, especially for Christmas Eve. You'll feel the difference. 61 degrees overnight tonight with scattered showers and thunderstorms by early tomorrow morning. We'll continue to get a risk of showers throughout the day after the initial line comes through in the morning. Temperatures topping out near 70 degrees, which will tie, if not break, a record. Very windy conditions. Temperatures continue to fall on Monday and then Christmas Eve. We're not going to get out of the 30s for afternoon highs at best, and then dip down to the teens, close to 20 by Christmas morning. That's a huge shock to the system after the potential risk of severe thunderstorms and then much chillier weather.
Yeah.